TSI Practice Test 2026 Texas Success Initiative, Full Course Inference and Conclusions. Question 1. Based on the passage about primary sources, what can be inferred about an account written 50 years after an event? It is definitely wrong. It is less likely to be as accurate as an eyewitness account. It is a primary source. It is based on telepathy. The passage states that accounts by those present are generally more accurate than those relying on others decades later. Question 2. If animals hibernate to deal with food shortages, what can be concluded about winter vegetation? It grows faster. It is scarce or dead. It is poisonous. It turns blue. The passage mentions vegetation dies off, leading to food shortages. Question 3. A text states that 70% of students who study pass the test. What can be inferred about the other 30%? They all failed because of bad luck. Study habits may play a role in success. They are smarter than the 70%. The test is impossible. While not explicit, the link between studying and passing is strongly suggested. Question 4. Passage 1 says telecommuters are happier, while passage 2 says the author was not satisfied working from home. What can be concluded? Everyone loves working from home. Experience with telecommuting varies. Passage 1 is a lie. Offices are being abolished. The conflicting views show that experiences are subjective. Question 5. A passage describes a character as always checking the locks twice. What can be inferred? They are forgetful. They are anxious or cautious. They are a locksmith. They have many valuables. Repeating a security action suggests a cautious or anxious personality. Question 6. A study shows heart disease rates drop when people walk 30 minutes a day. What can be concluded? Walking causes heart disease. Exercise is beneficial for heart health. Only walking helps the heart. People should walk 24 hours a day. The drop in disease rates linked to walking supports the benefits of exercise. Question 7. The passage states that the dentures of the 18th century were made of ivory. What can be inferred? They were very comfortable. Modern materials like acrylic were not used yet. Everyone in the 18th century had dentures. Ivory is cheap. The use of ivory suggests that modern alternatives were not available at the time. Question 8. A story mentions the smell of ozone and the darkening sky. What will likely happen next? A parade. A thunderstorm. A heat wave. A sunset. Ozone and dark skies are precursors to a storm. Question 9. A text notes that high-protein diets lead to weight loss in short-term studies. What is a reasonable conclusion? High-protein diets are the only way to lose weight. They may be effective for short-term weight management. They are dangerous for everyone. They result in muscle loss. The text only supports short-term effectiveness. Question 10. An author writes about the disappearing honeybee. What can be inferred about the author's concern? They are happy about it. They believe it is a serious ecological issue. They think bees are annoying. They want more wasps. The topic usually implies ecological concern. Question 11. A passage says the candidate's speech was met with silence. What can be inferred about the audience's reaction? They were in awe. They were likely unimpressed or shocked. They forgot to clap. The speech was too quiet. Silence after a speech usually indicates a lack of enthusiasm or disapproval. Question 12. The text mentions water levels rising every year in coastal cities. What can be concluded? The earth is shrinking. Coastal flooding is an increasing risk. Boats will become more expensive. Mountains are getting shorter. Rising water levels directly increase flood risks. Question 13. If a character avoided eye contact and fidgeted with their keys, what can be inferred? They are confident. They are likely nervous or hiding something. They are a key maker. They are blind. Fidgeting and avoiding eye contact are common signs of nervousness. Question 14. A passage states that the new law was repealed after only 1 month. What can be concluded? It was very popular. It was likely ineffective or highly controversial. It will be back tomorrow. The lawmakers forgot about it. Quick repeal suggests failure or backlash. Question 15. A text says demand for electric cars has tripled. What can be inferred about consumer interest? It is decreasing. It is growing significantly. Electric cars are free. Gasoline is no longer available. Tripled demand indicates high growth in interest. Question 16. The story says the plant wilted despite the daily watering. What can be inferred? It needs more water. Overwatering or another issue might be the cause. The water is invisible. The plant is fake. If watering isn't helping, it might be too much water or a different problem like disease. Question 17. A passage about the Great Depression mentions unemployment reached 25%. What can be concluded? It was a time of prosperity. Economic hardship was widespread. 75% of people were rich. The government was small. A 25% unemployment rate indicates severe economic distress. Question 18. An author states the results of the experiment were inconsistent. What should the next step be? Publish the results as fact. Further testing is required. Quit the job. Change the results. Inconsistent results require more research for clarity. Question 19. A passage describes a sudden drop in temperature and pressure. What is the likely inference regarding weather? A warm front is arriving. A cold front or storm is approaching. The sun is getting hotter. It is noon. These changes typically signal a weather front. Question 20. The text says the library was unusually crowded during finals week. What can be inferred? Students like to socialize in libraries. Academic pressure increases library usage. The library has free food. Books are popular. The timing, finals week, suggests the crowd is there to study.